Time now for the Muletrain News Program on this Tuesday, March the 24th, 2026. Brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant. The funeral service for Dr. Jobey Claborn will be held at the First Baptist Church here in Muleshoe on Thursday, March the 26th at 10 a.m. that morning. Sorry, we only have the arrangements as of this moment, as Ellis Funeral Home has not finalized his full obituary yet, but we will get that to you in our next Muletrain News Program. Please keep the Claborn family on your prayer list today. But repeating, the funeral arrangements are Dr. Jobey Claborn's funeral service will be held this coming Thursday, March the 26th at 10 in the morning at the First Baptist Church here in Muleshoe. Please keep, of course, his beautiful wife, Janet, and his two sons, Jackie and Jason, on your prayer list today. Of course, Jackie lives here in Muleshoe and is the DA for Bailey and Palmer County, and his wife, Robbie, and their son, Riker, and I believe Jason and his wife, Lindsay, live in the Lubbock area and have two daughters. Please keep this full family. There will be many family members in attendance for this funeral. They're planning on serving lunch at the First Baptist Church for 60 family members. Please keep the Claborn family on your prayer list today. Dr. Claborn will be greatly missed. Church service for Donna Glee Burton, 68 of Muleshoe, was held last week, Wednesday, March the 18th, at the First Baptist Church with Dr. Stacey Connor officiating. Burial followed in the Muleshoe Memorial Park. Donna died Friday, March the 13th here in Muleshoe. She was born November the 8th, 1957 in Pampa to Jack Douglas and Betty Ruth Merrill Douglas. She was one of two children and was a fun-loving, active child. She had the opportunity to experience different places thanks to her dad's government position. Throughout her childhood, she lived in Texas, New Mexico, and Virginia. Upon graduating from high school, Donna attended nursing school, where she earned her degree as a licensed vocational nurse. She met Terry Burton in Lubbock in 1985, and the two were married March the 15th, 1986. They settled down in Terry's hometown of Muleshoe, where they were blessed with the regular company of Terry's son, Lance Alton Burton, and in 1987, the birth of their only daughter, Morgan Shea Markle Burton. Donna was a kind and knowledgeable nurse. She worked in hospitals, doctors' offices, and nursing homes throughout the years. After 15 years working as an LVN, she decided to build on her knowledge and went back to school to obtain her license as a registered nurse. Though she loved serving others anywhere, her favorite position of all was school nurse at Dillman Elementary here in Muleshoe. She worked there for 17 years before retiring. Donna was a beloved daughter, wife, mom, sister, grandmother, and friend. Earlier in her marriage, she enjoyed traveling with Terry to his various golf tournaments and riding in the cart with him while he played. When Terry put his golf clubs away, she enjoyed movies, reading, and crafts. She was imaginative and took pleasure in being silly and having fun, which made her very special to her grandchildren, who called her Raw. Donna was a wonderful mom, continually encouraging and supporting Morgan, which led to an incredible friendship which she grew to be an adult. Daily phone calls and texts were expected both ways, and Morgan will forever cherish the love, knowledge, friendship, and advice her mom provided her throughout her life. Donna is preceded in death by her father, Jack Douglas, mother-in-law, Alma Burton Beckett, grandparents, Warren and Johnny Merrill, Johnny and Vestal Douglas, a stepfather, Barry Wood, and a grandson, Emmett Reed Markle. She is survived by her mother, Betty Ruth Wood of Muleshoe, her husband, Terry Burton of Muleshoe, her daughter, Morgan Markle, and her husband, Ryan of Muleshoe, a stepson, Lance Burton of Snyder, a brother, Don Douglas, and his wife, Laura, of Midland. Grandchildren, Case Markle and Axel Markle, both of Muleshoe, and Tessa Goodwin and her husband Colton of Bledsoe. A father-in-law, Alton Burton of Muleshoe. Sister-in-law, Tanya Crawford, and husband Doug of Lubbock. Great-grandson, Nash Goodwin of Bledsoe. Nephews, Caleb Douglas of Midland. Jason Crawford and his wife Jessica of Sanger. Tucker Crawford and his fiancee Lauren Miller of Lubbock, a niece, Ashley Hines, and her husband, Sean of Salina, and many great nieces and nephews. The family suggests memorials be sent to the Remembering Reed Incorporated, a nonprofit very near and dear to Donna's heart. 1887 U.S. Highway 70, Muleshoe, Texas, 79347. Online condolences can be made at ellisfuneralhomes.com. And repeating, church service for Donna Burton, 68 of Muleshoe, was held last week, Wednesday, March the 18th, at the First Baptist Church here in Muleshoe, with Dr. Stacey Connor officiating. Burial followed in the Muleshoe Memorial Park. Please keep the Burton family on your prayer list today. Donna will be greatly missed. Pat Nichols Beerwinkle, 82 of Earth, died Wednesday, March the 11th in Dimmitt. She was born January the 8th, 1944 in Dallas to Shirley and Bernice Trailer Nichols. She married Donald Beerwinkle in Pampa on July the 10th, 1964. A private family service will take place at a later date. Pat graduated from Pampa High School in 1962. She worked at the extension office for many years. She enjoyed sewing and watching the cooking channel. Pat loved going to stock shows and supporting her kids in everything they did. She was an avid fan of college football and basketball. She also enjoyed playing the piano and listening to Western swing. Pat proudly showed off her Santa Fe jewelry and loved to travel. She was a member of the First Baptist Church in Earth, where she sang in the church choir. She is preceded in death by her husband, Dr. Donald Beerwinkle, and her parents. Pat is survived by her son, Cy Beerwinkle, and his wife, Allison of Earth, two daughters, Shelley Beerwinkle of Hereford, and Stacy Smith, and her husband, Jay of San Angelo, and 6 grandchildren and 3 great-grandchildren. The family wishes to thank Country View Living for their love and care of Pat during her stay. In her honor, they suggest memorials be sent to the Country View Living, 701 Butler Boulevard, Dimmitt, Texas, 79027. Online condolences can be made at www.ellisfuneralhomes.com. Please keep the Beerwinkle family on your prayer list today. Church service for Jimmy Doyle Carpenter, 91 of Muleshoe, was held Monday, March the 16th at the Calvary Baptist Church here in Muleshoe, with Brother Jeff Kaufman officiating. Burial followed in the Muleshoe Memorial Park. Jimmy died Friday, March the 13th in Lubbock. He was born November the 15th, 1934 in Stegall, to Martin Lewis and Minnie Elizabeth Mowry Carpenter. He married Frankie Pierce in Bailey County on June the 6th, 1959. Jimmy was saved at the age of 7 and was a faithful Christian. He worked for the Highway Department for many years and farmed as well. His interest in cars led him to build a 1929 Model A from the ground up. Jimmy liked to watch comedies, Wheel of Fortune, John Wayne Westerns. He loved to walk everywhere and pick up golf balls at the country club. In his 20s, Jimmy was an ordained deacon and was a member of the Hicks Baptist Church, Trinity Baptist Church, and finally the Calvary Baptist Church. He is preceded in death by his parents, 4 sisters, Gertrude Carpenter, Bonnie Carpenter, and Eva Del Carpenter, and Hazel Carpenter, 5 brothers, Lloyd Carpenter, Harold, Newell, Donnie, and Bob Carpenter. Jimmy is survived by 3 sons, Jeffrey Carpenter and his wife Zaina of Muleshoe, Joseph Carpenter and his wife Janie, and Jeremy Carpenter of Plainview. He's also survived by 3 grandchildren and 4 great-grandchildren. The family suggests memorials be sent to the Calvary Baptist Church, 1733 West Avenue C, Muleshoe, Texas, 79347. Online condolences can be made at ellisfuneralhomes.com. funeralhomes.com. And a repeating church service for Jimmy Carpenter, 91 of Muleshoe, was held Monday, March the 16th at the Calvary Baptist Church with Jeff Kaufman officiating. Burial followed in the Muleshoe Memorial Park. Keep Frankie, his wife, and all of their family, the Carpenter family, on your prayer list today. Jimmy was a fine, fine man. There will be an Alzheimer's caregiver support group that will meet Friday, April the 10th at 1 p.m. at the Bailey County Senior Center, 319 Main Street here in Muleshoe. Family members of those suffering with Alzheimer's, friends, and anyone caring for someone with Alzheimer's or dementia are free to attend. If you want more information or to RSVP, call Annette Orozco, 806-272-4969. Take care of yourself while caring for others. You deserve support too. That's a Alzheimer's caregiver support group. Will meet Friday, April the 10th at 1 p.m. at the Bailey County Senior Center, 319 Main Street here in Muleshoe. It's free to attend. You can call for more information or to RSVP Annette Orozco, 806-272-4969. Of course, she's the director at the Bailey County Senior Center. Also going on at the Senior Center next month, they will host the annual Spring Art Show of the Muleshoe Art Association. And they will give great prizes for first, second, third, $50 for first prizes, $30 for second prize, and $20 for third prize. There will be honorable mention ribbons, and the best of show will get $200 in a prize. The entries will begin to be accepted on Monday, April the 6th, 9:30 a.m. till 4 p.m., Judging will be on Tuesday, April the 7th at 9:30 a.m. Then the awards reception will be Thursday, April the 9th at 2 p.m. All there at the Senior Center, Main and Avenue D right here in Muleshoe. Entries may be picked up and taken home Thursday, April the 9th after the awards reception. They will have 7 categories and, of course, name first, second, and third, and honorable mention in each category: oil, acrylic, watercolor, pastel, charcoal, or pencil, then photography, miscellaneous mixed media, and miniatures. No limit on entries or category awards. Artists may place in more than one category. It's $10 each for the first 3 entries, then $5 for any that follow. Minis are $5 each, 5x7 or smaller, and ready to hang. Artists are welcome to sell their artwork during the exhibit. A 10% commission will be retained from the sale of the art for the Muleshoe Art Association. All are eligible for the exhibit. Is open to all adult artists working in any field of fine arts media. Entries should be original and produced within the last 2 years. Works completed in a workshop or under supervision are ineligible. All work should be suitable for viewing by families and children. Also, you are welcome on Thursday, April the 9th, right before the judging and the awards program, to eat at the Senior Center. Thursday, April the 9th, they will have a fajita dinner for $7. Lunch will be served from 11:30 a.m. until 1 p.m. there at the Senior Center. So mark it on your calendar. The 2026 Spring Art Show for the Muleshoe Art Association will be Monday, April the 6th, with entries being accepted that day from 9:30 until 4 p.m. The judging will be on Tuesday, April the 7th at 9:30 a.m. Then the awards reception, Thursday, April the 9th at 2 p.m. that afternoon. We will be there to film that awards program and be broadcasting in its entirety for our Meet Your Neighbor program for the month of April. Well, we mentioned in our last meal train that you should go and hear at the very first during the public comments of this last city council meeting for the month of March, as Rebecca Beal, who works at the Bailey County Courthouse. Her main job is the secretary for the county judge, Basil Nash, but she's also the historic preservation officer for Bailey County. She spoke to the city council members and talked about America 250, which will be additional celebrations coming up surrounding the 4th of July, as we'll be celebrating 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence on July the 4th, 1776. And a lot of additional things will be included in that. She talks about them. I'll give you some of them, and a lot of these we'll plan on filming and putting them in with our 4th of July coverage. The plans in progress as of right now are an essay art contest for elementary students that are due March 30th, erection of the Bailey Borough Cemetery Gateway entrance that will happen May 30th. A bicycle tour of historical markers here in the Muleshoe area, which will take place on June 6th, a community meal also on that day. Tea in History, Tiny Patriots Tea Party, which I think is being planned on being held out at the Heritage Center on June 20th. An arrowhead hunt, Trailblazers Arrowhead Hunt, which will be in conjunction with that tea party at the Heritage Center on June 20th as well. Mini Patriot Games on June 20th. A morning 5K run on June 27th. Patriot Games first week in July. And then a blood drive July 3rd, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. The Beulah Cemetery Time Capsule opening, which will be at 9 a.m. on July the 3rd. And that was buried 50 years ago. Then the America 250 time capsule, which will be buried for the next 50 years. And it will be buried on July the 4th. And I think she said that they are planning on burying that at the Heritage Center. During the 4th of July parade, they have contacted Cannon and will hopefully have a flyover of our 4th of July parade this year. Won't that be exciting? And that's all things that Rebecca Beal, the Historic Preservation Officer for Bailey County, is working on to celebrate in conjunction with our normal 4th of July festivities here in Muleshoe and Bailey County, the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, America 250. So that's going to make our 4th of July this year even more exciting. We'll be back with more Muletrain news in just a few moments, so please stay tuned. This edition of the Muletrain News is brought to you by Leal's Mexican Food Cafe, and for generations the Leal family has been passing down their recipes from their table to yours since 1957. The original Leal's right here in Muleshoe, Texas, 1010 West American Boulevard. They've been hand pressing tortillas, simmering sauces, and serving up memories. Don't feel like cooking tonight? Come out and share their table at Leal's, 1010 West American Boulevard. Every tradition has a beginning, and Leal's began right here with Irma and Jesse Leal in Muleshoe in 1957, and they're continuing. Victor and Debbie continues the tradition right here in Muleshoe at 1010 West American Boulevard. Call 806-272-3294 for carry-out plates. They're open Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. till 9 p.m., and then Sundays, 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. at Leal's Mexican Food Cafe, 1010 West American Boulevard. Well, congratulations to the Muleshoe Medical Center as they have received the Medical Rural Health Clinic Accreditation Certificate at the Medical Clinic of Muleshoe. This prestigious award recognizes their commitment to providing top quality care and meeting rigorous standards for rural health care excellence. As a patient, you can feel confident that this facility, the Medical Clinic of Muleshoe, has demonstrated that safety is the top priority. Facility staff at all levels are appropriately trained, certified, and practice within the confines of their specialty. The facility equipment and supplies are well maintained, up to date, and properly stored to ensure safe use. Staff also participates in regular training and drills to prepare for natural disasters and human impacted emergencies and ensure readiness to act to keep you safe in the unlikely event of such emergencies. If you're being referred to this facility by another practitioner, take heart in knowing that your care provider is looking out for you, your safety, even when they are not providing your care. And again, the Medical Clinic of Muleshoe has received the prestigious Medical Rural Health Clinic Accreditation Certificate from Quad, and congratulations to them. Call today to make your appointment, 806-272-7544. The Medical Clinic of Muleshoe is part of the Muleshoe Area Medical Center, located at 701 South 1st Street, right here in Muleshoe. Two new good school programs to watch on the front page of our website, muleshoetv.com. This is the 4th grade musical program, Make a Difference, directed by Susan White. It's available on our front page right now, along with the 2nd grade PE program that was presented at the Watson Junior High Gymnasium. It is always very fun to film that PE program, along with all the DeShazo and Dillman musical programs. The 2nd grade PE program is under the direction of PE teacher Christy Jackson. The principal at Dillman is Letty Tovar, and the principal at DeShazo is Jennifer Burris. And thanks to all of them for always inviting us to come and cover their events. And if you say to yourself, well, how does Gil choose to cover what events and what not events? All you have to do is call and invite me, and most everything I'll come and film for free. My cell phone is 806-566-5881. If I don't answer, leave a message, or you can always text me, and I will get back with you. And we try to cover as many things here in the Muleshoe area as we possibly can. Of course, every Sunday, join us live at 11 a.m. for the First Baptist Church and their live stream from their Sunday morning worship services and their message by Dr. Stacy Connor. Then, of course, later every Sunday we have the live or the audio feeds from the full service at Calvary Baptist Church and Brother Jeff Kaufman's message, and then the Muleshoe Methodist Church as well. The Holy Week services, sponsored by the Ministerial Alliance of Bailey County, is coming up, and it will begin this Sunday with Palm Sunday. They will have a service at 6 p.m. at First Baptist Church this coming Sunday, March the 30th. Everyone in the whole community and Muleshoe area is welcome to attend, and we will be live streaming that service as well, that first one on Palm Sunday. Mark it on your calendar, this coming Sunday, March the 30th, 6 p.m. at the First Baptist Church here in Muleshoe. And if I'm not mistaken, I heard Julie Cage announce, the liturgist at Muleshoe Methodist, announced the other day that Angela Carter will be coming to town. Of course, she was the minister for a couple years at Muleshoe Methodist, and everybody enjoyed hearing her preach. And she will bring the message on Palm Sunday here at our Ministerial Alliance service. Then on Monday, March 30th, the First Baptist Church will host again the noon service, and there will be a meal served. Donations will be accepted and offerings collected during the lunch programs with a small or with a short Holy Week service message in with each one of these luncheons. That's Monday, March 30th at noon at First Baptist Church. Then Tuesday, March 31st, the luncheon at noon at Muleshoe Methodist Church. Then Wednesday, April 1st, the noon luncheon will be at Calvary Baptist Church, and that'll give you a great chance, if you haven't seen all of the renovations they've done to the old sanctuary church building, where now it is their fellowship hall and kitchen. It is wonderful at Calvary Baptist Church, and they will be holding their noon luncheon there in the new facilities. Wednesday, April 1st at Calvary Baptist Church, the noon Holy Week luncheon. Then Easter sunrise service will be held on April the 5th. That's Easter Sunday morning at sunrise at the city park at 7:30 a.m. And everyone in the entire area is welcome to the Ministerial Alliance of Bailey County and their Holy Week services. Again, Sunday, March 30th, Palm Sunday. That service is at 6 p.m. at First Baptist. Monday, March 30th, a luncheon service at First Baptist at 12 noon. Tuesday, March 31st, the luncheon service at noon at Muleshoe Methodist. Then Wednesday, April 1st, the noon luncheon service at Calvary Baptist. And then the Easter sunrise service on Easter Sunday, April the 5th, at the city park at 7:30 a.m. Mark on your calendar. We just spoke with Ashton Turman, the children's minister at First Baptist Church this morning. And mark on your calendar now, as they have planned their Vacation Bible School for 2026, June the 1st through the 4th. And it's exploring the nature of God, Rainforest Falls. That Vacation Bible School will be at First Baptist Church here in Muleshoe, June 1st through the 4th, 2026. We'll get more information on that here in the coming near future and included in our Muletrain news programs. But mark on your calendar now, June 1st through 4th, Vacation Bible School at the First Baptist Church here in Muleshoe. They're quickly finishing up all the renovations done there at the First Baptist Church here in Muleshoe. The sanctuary is nearly totally done, as they've got their pews and everything all set. They're doing the new entryways on the east and west sides. They're finishing that up now, and then they've totally gutted and are working on remodeling, redoing the entire children's playroom, the nursery there at First Baptist Church, and we'll have more video. We'll do some video of that as it finishes here in the next couple of months. So look for that here on Gil-Am Advertising Channel 6. Well, it's time now for our weather forecast here for the Muleshoe area, and it is dry out there. If you've noticed a lot of static electricity on some of these days where it's just extremely dry, it's very, very dangerous, as you can start a fire very easily on those days where it's high temperatures, high winds, and low relative humidity. In fact, we've had lots of days where the relative humidity has dropped down into the single digits, and that's when it is most dangerous for sure. So far in the year of 2026, through 2.5 months, nearly 3 months, we've only got 77/100ths of an inch of rain here at Channel 6 here in our backyard at the National Weather Service station gauges. And the Avenue K rain gauge just around the corner has the exact same amount. And, a lot of that was from a big snow that we had, and then another 7/100ths happened in February, and nothing through 24 days in March so far. So 77/100ths total on the year. Again, 7/10ths of that was in the snow from January. Another 7/100ths was in rain from February, and nothing so far in March. So you got to be extremely careful. There is, of course, a burn ban in effect here in Bailey County. We've gotten extremely hot as well and had some really windy days to top that. Can you believe it? Here in the backyard, we hit 99 degrees on Saturday, March the 21st, this past weekend. And, a lot of places south of us got 100, 101, 102, 103 degrees. Plainview and Lubbock. So crazy, crazy hot temperatures for this time of the year. Our average high so far in the month of March through the 24th is 78 degrees. Our average low has been through 24 days, 34, and again, 0.00 inches of moisture so far in the month of March. This afternoon, looking at our forecast, it will be a sunny day, high near 91 degrees, south winds around 10 miles per hour. So, boy, we'll take that. Mostly clear tonight, low around 46, southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wednesday, sunny and hot. High near 97 degrees. So Wednesday, it's going to be very hot tomorrow and Thursday. West winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, becoming south in the afternoon. Wednesday night, mostly clear, low around 51. Thursday, sunny and hot, even warmer, high near 98 degrees, southwest winds between 10 and 15 miles per hour. Thursday night, mostly clear, low around 42 degrees, west-southwest winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Thursday night becoming northeast after midnight. Friday, mostly sunny, high near 65. So we're obviously Thursday night into Friday morning. We'll have a front roll through, and we'll go from a high of 98 on Thursday during the day to a high only of 65 during the day on Friday. Windy conditions during the day Friday with a northeast wind 20 to 30 miles per hour. So that northern will bring some windy conditions too. Friday night, mostly cloudy, low around 36 degrees. East-northeast winds 15 to 20 miles per hour, decreasing to 5 to 10 miles per hour after midnight. Then Saturday, looking at the weekend, mostly sunny, high near 72 degrees. East winds 5 to 15 miles per hour, becoming southwest in the afternoon. Saturday night, partly cloudy, low around 40. Mostly sunny on Sunday. Palm Sunday, high near 84 degrees. Then Sunday night, mostly cloudy, low around 45. Monday, beginning next week, partly sunny, high near 86. So nothing too crazy outside of Thursday. In fact, Wednesday and Thursday during the days, high at 97 on Wednesday. And then let me make sure I'm right with that. High at 97 tomorrow on Wednesday, then high on Thursday 98. Then a front northern will roll through Thursday night into Friday morning and will cool all the way down to 65 on Friday. A high with windy conditions during the day on Friday, and then it'll calm back down and slowly warm up Saturday, Sunday into Monday to begin Easter week, Holy Week here in the Muleshoe area. Well, the Lady Mules softball team continues to have a second great season here in the spring of 2026. They are 14-4 overall, the Lady Mules, and they are second place in district at 4-1. In the district standings, 2-3A softball, Littlefield, the Lady Cats are in first place at 4-1. Lady Mules are in second at 4-1, and the reason why that is on March the 14th, the Littlefield girls beat the Lady Mules 19-18, and boy, what a close game. But Littlefield holds the tiebreaker over the Lady Mules with that win. Slayton is in third at 3-1. Shallow is fourth and at 3-1. Idalou 1-4. Roosevelt in 6, 0-2. Dimmitt is seventh place at 0-5 for the district standings. Last Saturday, the Lady Mules beat Dimmitt. This past weekend, 17-0. Then today, on Tuesday, March the 24th, they'll be in action on the road at Shallowater at 5 p.m. will be the first pitch. And then Saturday, March the 28th, they'll be on the road again at Idalou for a noon pitch. So go out and support the Lady Mules as they're having a great season. At second place, 4-1 in district. They're 14-4 overall. The Mules baseball team is 7-7 on the season and 1-3 in district. They lost this last Saturday to Dimmitt 1-12. Then today they will be playing at Shallowater as well. So the Lady Mules softball first pitch is at 5. The Mules' first pitch will be at 7 p.m. at Shallowater. Then Saturday, they will simultaneously have their first pitch at the same time as the softball game at Idalou this Saturday, March 28th at noon at Idalou. So good luck to the Mules and Lady Mules baseball and softball programs, as the Mules in their district will give you their standings as well. Shallowater is first at 4-0. Dimmitt is second at 3-1. Roosevelt is third, 3-1. Littlefield is fourth in baseball, 2-2. Slayton fifth at 2-2. Idalou was sixth at 1-3, and Muleshoe was seventh at 1-3. Freona is eighth place at 0-4. Well, the Dimmitt High School track meet that was scheduled for this week has been moved. It will be held Wednesday, beginning tomorrow afternoon, March the 25th. So the Dimmitt High School track meet, again, has been moved to Wednesday, March the 25th. Good luck to all our track athletes. Thursday, March the 26th, MHS Tennis will be in a meet all day at Leveland. Good luck to them. And then also going on for the Muleshoe High School on Thursday, March the 26th, District UIL Academic and Speech Meet will be held at Slayton. So good luck in that district competition for all of our academic and speech students from Muleshoe High School, and hopefully here in the near future we'll have a list of all the kids that do well and qualify to go on to the regional academic and speech meet. Well, for lunch tomorrow on Wednesday, March the 25th, at the Senior Center, Main and Avenue D, they'll be serving chicken fried steak, mashed potatoes, country gravy, stewed okra, seasoned corn, and a pumpkin square. For Thursday, March 26th, meatloaf, scallop potatoes, green beans, cucumber and tomato salad, tossed vegetable salad, low-cal French dressing, sliced whole wheat bread, sliced bananas, and orange juice. Then on Friday, March 27th, fish or chicken strips, borracho beans, green peas, tossed vegetable salad, low-cal French dressing, whole wheat roll, and a tropical fruit mix. Next week, on Monday, March 30th, cheeseburger on a whole wheat bun, potato wedge, tomato wedge, salad, melon medley. And then Tuesday, March 31st, vegetable beef stew, cornbread, margarine, tossed salad with dressing, orange pineapple cup, diet pumpkin custard, and low-fat milk, and that's being served for lunch at the Senior Center, Main and Avenue D. Everyone is welcome. It is for a very low cost for those that are Senior Center members, but anyone in the public can eat with them. They begin serving there at Main and Avenue D at 11:30 a.m. every weekday, Monday through Friday. On your prayer list today, remember Carlos Rosas, Carolyn Royce Turner, who recently moved from Muleshoe to the Raider Ranch in Lubbock. Keep Ronnie Holt, former Muleshoe resident, Robert Johnson, Ruby Henderson, Irma Leal needs to be on your prayer list today. Donna Green, Pat Angeli, Eddie Morris, who's a new resident of the Parkview, Christy Witt, who's also a new resident of the Parkview, along with her husband Rusty, Sharon Grant, Berta Combs, Carlos Sines, Alice Lyles, who's recently had surgery, Albert Lee, Dick and Sandy Chitwood, Royce Hamilton needs to be on your prayer list today, Max and Pat King, Don and Ann McElroy, formerly of Muleshoe, Frankie Carpenter needs to be on your prayer list, please, today, Betty Freeman and her family, former Muleshoe residents, Charlena Lint, Andre Lynn, Wayne Precure, Brad Hastings, Dolores Harvey, Janice Snell, who's a new resident of the Farwell Convalescent Center, Bill Crenshaw, Michael Kaufman, Donna Perry, Bernie Martz, Charles Bertram needs to be on your prayer list today, Joe Copley, Janie Carpenter and Joseph Carpenter, Carolyn Kaufman, Joe and Leela Copley, Dorothy Turner and Doris Scott, Peggy Seagroves, Frank Werflein, Ruth Wood, Laverne Wynn, Darlene Henry, Joanne Puckett, Linda Watson, Richard Hawkins. They all need to be on your prayer list today. Remember those who are grieving the recent loss of a loved one on your prayer list today, including the family of Jim Carpenter, the family of Dr. Jobey Claborn, the family of Donna Burton, the family of Pat Beerwinkle, the family of Jim Carpenter. I think we already mentioned that. Also, the family of River McElroy. Please keep them. Continue to remember the McElroys on your prayer list today. The family of Wileen Clevenger, the family of Joe Bledsoe, the family of Carolyn Harris, the family of Gary Freeman. We mentioned his wife earlier, Betty. Keep her on your prayer list today. And their family, Norma Carol Caswell, the family of Jose Martin Juarez Rivera as well needs to be on your prayer list today. Well, it's just about time for us to go on this edition of the Muletrain, brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant. You can hear our latest Muletrain news program free of charge on demand on our website, along with all of our older archived ones up for the past 10 years. MuleshoeTV.com. Click on the Muletrain news link at the top center of the page.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith, a garage full of MG sports cars. Details in a moment on The Sound of Texas.
The Sound of Texas is brought to you here on MuleshoeTV.com by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, with offices in Muleshoe at 610 East American Boulevard, as well as in Morton at 1744 State Highway 114. They're celebrating rural electrification right here in the Muleshoe area through Bailey County Electric since 1939. They are owned by the members that they serve. Call 806-272-4504. Check them out online at BCEC. COOP.com. The board of directors, the members, the employees, the manager, CEO David Markle, all hope you enjoy this Sound of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
When Charles Wiggins was growing up in Liberty, his parents had a grocery store and Charles worked there. He always anticipated the visit of one customer who drove an MG Model YT,
which is a very rare car. There's only about 700 originally manufactured. It's a 4-passenger touring car, very unusual because most people associate them with 2-seat sports cars. This was 48, 49, and I go out there and hang out, and it had leather upholstery. Many years went by, and I had told my wife, when we get a little breathing room here, I'm going to buy me a sports car.
In 1962, MG was about to change its Model MG-A to Model MG-B. A friend of his who had an MG said now would be a good time to buy one.
And I said, why should I do that when they're coming with a new model? And he said, well, it's not going to be a sports car. And I said, what? Not going to be a sports car? He says, no, it's going to have roll-up windows. A sports car should have those detachable side screens. So I said, okay, so I went and bought one, 62, new MG-A. And that kind of got me going. When I would find an MG that was decent shape that I could buy, I started buying it. And I think now I've got about 10 or 12.
Charles doesn't display his MGs, doesn't drive them in parades.
I just enjoy that. There's a spirit or a feeling to driving one. I developed this really close friendship with an Englishman through MG activities. He built them, rebuilt them, and raced them and everything else. He said, if you can find one in the United States, won't you buy it, ship it over here to me, and I'll rebuild it for you.
So Charles ended up buying 2 MGs. One of them had a right-hand drive.
So I called Malcolm. I said, Malcolm, what should I do? I've got 2 of these now. And he said, well, ship them both over here, and I'll sell that right-hand drive one and take that money and put it into rebuilding this other one for you. And he did a beautiful job. He had the car 2 years over there.
Charles and his wife went to England a lot to visit his MG friend. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.